Hi everybody, this is Ilina and welcome to another LDRS creative card video. Today we're going to do some coloring using the hybrid inks and alcohol. So as you know, as most of you are aware, the hybrid inks are waterproof and also they're good for alcohol-based markers. They're not bleeding. However, after some experimenting, I was determined to do some watercoloring backgrounds using the hybrid inks, and I discovered that they work very well with regular rubbing alcohol. So I'm using some six ink colors and the LDRS Creative watercolored paper. So I have here a laminated piece of cardstock that I use as my palette. So I can see the ink and it's very easy to clean. So I have a jar full of rubbing alcohol. I'm using the 91%. And I'm just drawing some lines using my paintbrush. So first I went with Tropical Sea, then Boysenberry. Now I'm using Tickled Pink. I'm going with Tangerine Dream. Next I'm kind of creating a rainbow of colors. Next I'm using Pear, Prickly Pear Perfection, Banana Pudding, and I'm going back to Tangerine Tango. So you can see these inks, when you mix them with alcohol, the color stays very bright and very saturated. I've done previously using water and the color was very pale. However, with alcohol, that brightness, that saturation stays. What I'm doing now, I'm going with the same colors and filling in those white spots to make those white spots disappear. So here's the finished background. I'm using because I applied quite a bit of alcohol there, rubbing alcohol. I'm just drawing that background to make sure that after when I stamp, I don't have any bleeding, just in case, even though the Raven ink is waterproof. And also I didn't want to have any, I wanted the panel to stay flat. So just drawing it with the heat tool helps this be nice and flat. I'm positioning the panel in my stamping tool, and I'm using the Snapdragon stamp set to stamp that flower that I'm not going to color since our background is very colorful. I'm just stamping in black, and I'm using the STAMPendable tool to make sure I have nice and saturated impression and even. Once I've stamped the image, I'm just cleaning that stamp. So now when I put it back on my in the set, it's nice and clean for the next use. Next, I'm positioning the sentiment. I'm just using Hello and You Have Been on My Mind from the same stamp set. Making sure they're straight, I'll pick it up with the lid of my stamping tool, and again I'm using Raven ink to stamp the sentiment. I'll go a couple times to have nice and saturated black sentiment. We're stamping on watercolor paper, so we need a couple impressions to have that nice and black saturated look. So we're almost done here. I'm just again cleaning my stamps, putting them back on the stamp set and setting them to the side. So what we'll do next is we'll just add a piece of craft foam on the back. I like to add dimension to my cards, so almost for all cards I use craft foam to adhere the main panel to my note card. I made a note card from a white cardstock. It's top folding note card. It measures 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored at 5 1/2. I'm adding some liquid adhesive on the back, and I will add it to my note card. The liquid adhesive gives me a little bit more time to make sure that that panel is nice and straight. To finish it off and add a little bit more interest, I'm adding some half-back back pearls that are black, kind of to go with the sentiment and that stamped flower. We'll just add those, and that will finish our card for today. I hope that you will give this technique a try and just play with the hybrid inks and see how you can stretch your supplies even more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the LDRS Creative YouTube channel. Also visit the blog for more ideas and more inspiration. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye!